Hi, I'm Judy. Welcome to Go With Yin Yoga and your Spring Equinox practice to help you come back into balance. Not to balance on one foot, but to balance as you move from winter and into spring. Very, very important. You'll need all the props. Get as many props as you need. Physically, we are going to be strengthening the connective tissue of your feet and your legs. Once you've gathered your props, join me on the mat. I'm going to suggest sitting up, but whatever position is comfortable for you. Take a few deep breaths. Just notice how your breath is. You may also want to have a journal nearby to maybe pause this video and journal about some of the questions I asked, or maybe journal after you are done. And if it's comfortable for you, go ahead and close your eyes. Otherwise, allow your focus to become, your gaze to become unfocused, maybe gazing at the tip of your nose. And go ahead and roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Just getting rid of any tension you may have brought onto your mat. And then back up and down. And breathing deeply in and out through your nose. Perhaps setting an intention or taking the one that I have given to you, a balance. Let that go and begin to take your left ear to the left shoulder. Let your head drop down towards your chest and then come to your opposite shoulder. So half neck rolls, just going back and forth. And this is my offering to you, but remember that it is your practice. I can't see you. Use whatever props you need. Come into and out of poses. Even though we hold for long periods of time in Yin Yoga, it's perfectly okay to come out of the pose if you feel the need to, and then come back in. Tune into your breath. When your breath begins to get choppy and you can't extend your inhales and exhales, that usually means you've probably gone too far into your pose. And then bring your head upright and come to stillness. Blink your eyes open. We're going to begin with holding just a few acupressure points in our head, which can be both relaxing and may help with allergies in the springtime. So begin with taking your fingers to the inner corners of your eyebrows and then gently pressing up. We're going to inhale through our nose, exhale through the mouth 3 times. Inhale. Exhale, gentle pressure pulling up. Inhale. And exhale. Last time, inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And then move your hands, your fingers out to the outer side of your eyes and just press here. And you can also skip all of this if it doesn't feel right to you and just breathe in and out through your mouth or nose. Go ahead and move to the outside of your nostrils and just pressing, taking that pressure out a little bit. We're not pressing very hard. And then just underneath your cheekbones and gently pressing up. And then let your hands fall into your lap. Equinoxes are all about balance and equanimity. The night is as long as the day. We are balancing activity with rest and stress with recovery. And we are transitioning from winter into spring. And let that go. If you're seated on something, come on off of that. Take whatever props you have off to the side. Come towards the top of your mat. Come into an all fours position. And tuck all 10 toes underneath. Reach back. If they don't want to cooperate, just move them a little bit. And begin to walk your hands towards your body. This might be enough for you. And for me personally today, definitely might be enough. You can perhaps walk your hands to your knees. Stay slightly forward. Relax your shoulders. And maybe you come all the way up. Think about staying balanced, grounded, centered, so that you can make wise decisions. We won't be here for very long. Relax those shoulders if they're creeping up. Excellent pose to stretch the bottoms of our feet. But it can feel very intense when you haven't done it in a while. And maybe slowly begin to come forward, taking your hands back to the mat. And then back up into tabletop. And perhaps just taking your feet, the tops of your feet back to the mat and just patting them out on that mat a little bit. And then begin to sit back onto your heels. And coming up. And then slowly walking your hands behind you. And slowly leaning back. Coming into an ankle stretch. Your knees may be pointing. There may be a lot of space between your knees and the mat. Much more than mine. And there may be less. It's okay. Whatever feels right for you. And again, we'll only be here for a couple minutes. In any yin yoga pose, I really suggest you come into it about maybe 50 to 70% of what you can. Less is more when it comes to yin. Going not as deep and holding for longer may give you more benefits from the pose. And it will certainly help to prevent injuries. Invitation to close your eyes. Take your attention to your breath. It's okay if your body is shaking. The only thing that's not okay is pain. Last couple of breaths here. And on your next inhale, slowly begin to walk your body upright. Take your feet out to one side. Bring your legs in front of you, about hip width apart. Take your hands behind you, lean back on your hands. Maybe close your eyes and just notice how you feel. This is called the rebound. You may feel a tingling. Maybe getting rid of some energy blockages and allowing that energy to move. We're not here for very long. Last couple of breaths here. And slowly begin to walk your hands towards your hips. Bend your knees. Bring your feet behind you back into a tabletop position. Grab a couple of blocks. You can use them or not. Inhale, step your left foot between your blocks. You can also take a blanket under your knee if this feels uncomfortable without it. And coming into dragon pose. What are you looking forward to this spring? What are you hoping to bring into life this spring? What or who do you need to connect with in order to do that? If this feels uncomfortable, you can also take those blocks and change the position of the blocks higher, all the way up, whatever works for you. And you allow your breath to slow down a bit more. Last couple of breaths here. Your next inhale, begin to lift yourself and bring that hip of your left leg back. Coming into a tabletop position. Hands on blocks still if they're on blocks. Tucking the toes underneath. Inhale. Raise your hips up and press back. We'll take a short rest in down dog. And this is where, if down dog doesn't feel right for you, you can do a half split. You can do child's pose. And then slowly allow the knees to come back towards your mat. And we're going to move on to our second side. Inhale, step your right foot forward. Make any adjustments you need to. Remembering not to come into your fullest and deepest expression of dragon pose right from the start. Allow your body to slowly over time maybe open up further. And bring to mind again whatever actions or programs, whatever you're hoping to bring into your life this spring and throughout the rest of the year. And think about who or what do you need to make connections with to make that happen. Check in with your breath again. Make any adjustments you need to see if you can smooth that out, extend it. Notice where in your body you're holding on to tension. Last couple of breaths here. On your next inhale, begin to lift your hips up and back. And this time, I'm going to suggest that you do come into child's pose for a rebound. If you would like to be in down dog, go ahead and do that. We're here for just a minute. Allow all expression to just melt away from your face, softening your forehead, your eyes, your mouth, sinking deeper and deeper into your child pose. And then take the palms of your hands to the mat. Begin to walk your hands towards your body. Go ahead and grab something to sit on. It's my suggestion. You don't have to, again. It's an offering. Grab your blocks if you still have them handy. And sit towards the edge of whatever you may have, and that could be just some folded blankets. Bring the soles of your feet together and take those blocks underneath your thighs. There we go. Just allows the thighs, the muscles in your legs to relax into the prop, and you're not contracting those muscles because that's not what we're looking for in Yin Yoga. We are in butterfly pose. I like to start with a straight back. But if it feels good to you to immediately begin to allow your head to come down towards your chest and your head to be heavy, feel free. Notice any emotions you may have coming up around your spring goals. And do you think you need to make any adjustments with the goals you've set for yourself? Is there something you need to let go of and release so that you can move forward with these goals? You can always feel free to stay sitting upright with a straight back. And if not, you can begin to allow your shoulders to soften, your head to point down towards the earth, allowing your back to gently curve. The wood element of spring helps us to create mental clarity and our ability to focus, plan, and make decisions when it's in balance. When it's out of balance, we can feel frustrated and angry, irritable. Couple of breaths here. Your next inhale, slowly begin to straighten your torso and bring your head back upright. Remove the blocks. You should not need them. Your bolster or blankets off to the side if you do have those. Keep your feet out straight in front of you, roughly hip width apart, and lean back onto your hands again. And feel the rebound. Slowly begin to walk your hands back towards your hips. You can always come to place a small something, some folded blankets, a pillow underneath your hips. Keep your feet out straight in front of you. Grab a bolster or a pillow if you have that. It can be across your thighs. It can be all the way down your legs. That is what I'm choosing to do. And take your hands by your hips, beginning with a straight back if you'd like. Otherwise, begin to let your head come down towards your legs, allowing the back to curve. Surrendering anything to the earth here that you thought of in butterfly that you need to release and let go of to move forward. And that could be habits, that could be physical material things, it could be emotions. And if you'd like, begin to let your head feel heavy and come down towards your legs. Maybe holding on to your bolster, just placing your arms on your bolster, but not pulling yourself forward. Just resting your arms on your bolster. And let go of your need to control the outcome. Surrender that need to be right. Allow yourself to have faith that whatever happens is in your highest interest. Check in with your breath. Caterpillar pose is a really nice pose to feel the expansion in the back of your ribs, in the back of your heart. The wood element is all about growing and expansion, just like the flowers and the trees in springtime. Last couple of breaths here. And take your hands back by your hips. Press into the palms. Slowly bring your torso upright as we move into our final pose, Savasana. And so just maybe scooch forward a little bit. I'll be sitting up on my bolster to mind time for you, hold space for you. And I just want to talk a little bit before you completely relax into your Savasana. Excuse me. About the cyclical nature of the seasons and how each season supports and moves into and balances the next season. So in winter, we go inside deeply. We refill the energy stores that we may have used up during summer and fall. We go deeply inside and we begin to dream about what we want for this coming year. And then we move into spring, which is expansion. It's also about letting go of physical things in your home, maybe decluttering your home, maybe cleaning up your diet a little bit, or the way you eat. Maybe there are habits that you know you need to let go of before you can bring new ones in. Maybe it's emotions that you've been holding on to for who knows how long that are holding you back from reaching your fullest potential. During winter, it's natural to put on a little weight. We eat heavier, warming, soothing foods, and that's a good thing. But as we come into spring, it is a great time to do a little spring cleaning in our houses and of our bodies and our emotions. And then we move into summer. And summer is a time to take action, to really connect with people. It's the season of fire. Winter is a season of water. Spring is a season of wood. Summer is a season of fire. And so we take action. We are active. The days are long. We come into late summer and our gardens are beginning to wind down. And it's time to center ourselves and ground ourselves. So late summer is actually connected to the earth element, and the earth element is a really good thing to connect with every time we transition between the seasons. And so generally I will offer a few practices that revolve around the earth element, as I did the last few weeks on this channel, to help us ground into center and to let go of the energy of the previous season and move into the energy of the new season. And finally, we come to fall, which is our harvest. It's the time to enjoy the fruits of our labor, metaphorically and literally. It's also time to store your energy before starting the entire cycle over again. So when we're aware of all of this, and when we begin to try and align our lives with these energies of each season, we begin to become more and more in balance. But balance is always elusive. It changes. And it is normal in our lives, at points in our lives, to become imbalanced. So we're not trying to always be perfect and always be perfectly balanced. We're just trying to be aware of our energy. Be aware of when we're becoming imbalanced and see how we can bring ourselves back into balance. So relax into that Savasana, maybe a bolster under your knees or maybe some blocks under your knees. Allow these words and these poses and the holds just fully integrate into your body. Nothing to do, nowhere to be. This time is just for you. I encourage you to stay in Savasana for as long as feels right to you. There's no rush. But if you do have to move on into your day or night, begin to take your attention back to your body. Feeling the earth supporting you. Feeling the temperature of the air in your room or outside. Allowing your breath to deepen. Every inhale to be a bit fuller. Every exhale to be a bit more complete. Begin to notice any sounds, maybe in the next few rooms away from you, and closer to you, your own breath. Closing your eyes if that's comfortable. And begin to take any movements that feel right in your body. Maybe gently tilting your head back and then letting the chin fall towards your chest. Just a little movement into that neck. And maybe taking one ear to one shoulder, And down to your chest. And the other shoulder. Coming back to what we did in the beginning. Half moons. Or perhaps looking over one shoulder. Coming back to center. Looking over the other shoulder. Maybe circling wrists and ankles. Or wiggling fingers and toes. And on your next inhale, stretch your arms up over your head. Feeling a full body stretch from the tips of your fingers down to the tips of your toes. A few breaths here. And allowing the breaths to be even deeper, even longer. And then bring one foot onto your mat, then the other. Allow your knees to gently fall to whichever side feels right to you. Take your bottom arm along the mat and cradle your head on it. Take a few deep breaths here. And again, invitation to stay here as long as it feels right to you, or find your way back to a seated position. Eyes closed if it's comfortable. Inhale, and bring the palms of your hands together and just rub them together, getting a little heat back into your body, a little energy. And if it's comfortable, place your fingertips on your eyelids and the rest of your palms on your face. And breathing in and releasing with a sigh. 2 more times. And slowly just let the hands come down your face to your collarbone, and then come down into your lap or on your thighs. And bring the palms of the hands together in front of your heart, slightly bowing your head over your hands. May you be healthy. May you be happy. May you be free from pain and suffering. And may you bring your dreams for your year and begin to grow them in this spring. Slowly blink the eyes open, taking in the ground and your mat. And again, allow your hands to fall into your lap or onto your thighs. Thank you so much for joining me for this Spring Equinox Yin Yoga practice, where I'm hoping that you began to find a bit more grounding, a bit more centering as you transition from your winter into spring, knowing that that balance changes, can change from day to day. One day can be spring, the next can be winter. It's all perfectly normal. If you enjoyed this practice, please click the like button to help other people find free Yin Yoga. If you'd like to practice with me again, you can go ahead and click the subscribe button and the bell. I know you have a choice who you practice with, and I am always grateful for each and every single one of you. May you have a wonderful spring and bring your dreams to life.